We need to talk about slop. Merriam-Webster and the American Dialect Society named slop the word of the year for 2025. And they weren't talking about pig feed, they were talking about this. Low-quality, mass-produced generative AI garbage that is currently flooding our social feeds, our search results, and now our movies and commercials. We used to look at visual effects as magic. The T-1000 walking through bars in Terminator 2, the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, even the invisible work that goes into cleaning up a frame. It was artistry. It was labor. But today, we are witnessing the industrialization of mediocrity. We are seeing major brands and studios replace human craft with algorithmic vomit because it's cheap, it's fast, and they think you are too stupid to notice the difference. Buckle up, we are diving into the era of digital pollution. Let's look at the absolute disasters we've seen recently, because nothing says holiday spirit like a machine hallucinating your childhood memories. Coca-Cola. They took their iconic 1995 Holidays Are Coming commercial, a masterpiece of practical warmth, and remade it with generative AI. The result? Soulless. Flat. The animals looked wrong. The trucks looked like they were driving through a fever dream, with wheels multiplying from shot to shot. Critics ripped it apart, calling it devoid of any actual creativity. Why did they do it? To save money? It's Coca-Cola. They have all the money. But Coke wasn't alone. McDonald's Netherlands released an AI commercial that was so universally hated they had to pull it offline after a week. It was called The Most Terrible Time of the Year, intended to be a spoof on holiday stress. Instead, it was just terrifying. Distorted faces, glitchy families, surreal visuals that looked like they were rendered by a PS2 with a virus. If you thought the holiday season was bad, the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina just raised the stakes. We are currently watching the world's most elite human athletes compete for gold, while the promotional material surrounding them is being handled by a creative team that apparently consists of a budget laptop and a generate button. It started with the opening ceremony. Amidst the live performances and the parade of nations, the Olympic Committee debuted a 100-year flashback sequence featuring Italian actress Sabrina Impacciatore. But instead of a lush, animated tribute to a century of winter sports, audiences were treated to a jittery, surreal nightmare. The Olympic Uncanny Valley sequence, featuring an AI-generated Impacciatore skiing and skating through past host cities, landed as pure AI slop, with physics-defying limbs, distorted anatomy, and glitchy horror movie movements, compounded by visual artifacts like mismatched shadows or melting backgrounds. Worse, the instability triggered widespread complaints of motion sickness and vertigo, turning a promo into an accessibility failure. And the damage didn't stop there. Despite a 129-page brand manual, AI-generated social graphics for events like luge and alpine skiing broke the Olympic community's own rules, including an image of the Olympic rings rendered beveled, distorted, with incorrect colors, and not even overlapping, an outright hallucinated logo, followed by a tone-deaf defense that 12 people spent 4 months on the work, a claim that only underscored how the industrialization of mediocrity has reached its peak. You can't celebrate the limits of human potential while simultaneously replacing human creators with AI. If you want to see what happens when a major brand refuses to settle for algorithmic vomit, look at the BBC's 2026 Winter Olympics trailer, Trails Will Blaze. While the Olympic Committee was busy hallucinating six-fingered skaters, the BBC went the complete opposite direction. They didn't use a prompt. They used 700 individually 3D printed athlete figures and real, literal fire. Produced by the animation studio No Mint, this promo is a masterclass in practical artistry. To represent the blazing trails of elite athletes, the team used 14 different combustion techniques captured entirely in camera. And who can forget Toys R Us? They released a promo video using OpenAI's Sora featuring a young Charles Lazarus and Jeffrey the giraffe. It was a parade of melting bicycles and dead-eyed stares. As one critic pointed out, using AI in your ad is basically waving a giant flag that says, "We have no budget." It signals financial desperation, not innovation. It's what we call AI slop. Content that prioritizes speed and volume over substance. It's digital filler. And it's insulting. Why are they doing this? None of these companies or ad agencies would accept this slop if it would be created by real people. But they are okay with it because it's made with AI? The Coca-Cola advertisement apparently cost $70,000 US. This budget would be enough to make a proper ad with CG, created by real artists. Now, you might say, who cares? Those are just commercials. I skip them anyway. But this rot is spreading to the movies you actually pay to see. A24, the hipster darling studio? The bastion of real cinema? For their movie Civil War, a film explicitly about photojournalism and the hard, gritty reality of war, they released promotional posters generated by AI. Look at this. That's supposed to be the Marina City Towers in Chicago. In reality, they are on the same side of the river. The AI put them on opposite sides. In another poster, a car has 3 doors. It's embarrassing. It's a betrayal of the film's own themes. Then there was Late Night with the Devil, a great movie. But they used AI for the interstitial "We'll be right back" graphics. Was it a lot? No. But it left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth because it happened right after the writers' and actors' strikes, where the #1 fear was AI replacing human labor. And this piece of graphics was so simple that it would be easily created by a junior graphics designer. When you use this tech for slop, you aren't just making a bad image. You are generating content that is unmoored from reality, lacking any human intent or verification. So, why is this happening? Why does everything look like a melted candle? Because the VFX industry is collapsing. For years, major studios have been driving VFX houses into bankruptcy with a race-to-the-bottom bidding war. Margins are razor-thin. Studios like MPC and Technicolor have been described as factories rather than creative partners. Companies like Atera are bragging that they saved $1 million on a video ad campaign by using tools like Midjourney and Sora instead of hiring human crews. This is the vanishing first rung of the career ladder. Junior roles, rotoscoping, tracking, match moving, are being automated away. In the next 3 years, the majority of these jobs, specifically in outsourcing hubs like India, are predicted to be wiped out. If you don't hire juniors to do the boring work, how do they become seniors? How do they become art directors? You are gutting the talent pipeline to save a buck today, ensuring you have no skilled artists tomorrow. Now, I want to be fair. Not all AI in film is slop. When used by actual craftsmen, it's just a tool. Look at Furiosa, for example. They used AI machine learning to blend the child actor's face with Anya Taylor-Joy's face across 150 shots. It was seamless. Look at The Irishman. De-aging Robert De Niro would not be possible otherwise. In Dune Part 2, they used AI to help with the blue eyes of the Fremen. The difference? Technology used to enhance artists' work. These weren't prompt and pray disasters. These were artists using machine learning to solve specific, technical, and difficult problems. That is the high-end integration. That isn't slop. Slop is when you fire the artist and let the slot machine spin. The Motion Picture Academy is considering requiring AI disclosure by 2026. YouTube and TikTok are already tagging this stuff. But tags aren't enough. We are facing an industrialization of slop. It is a paradigm shift from creating art to generating content. The only thing that stops it is us, the audience. When McDonald's saw the backlash, they pulled the ad. When audiences scream about uncanny valley garbage, studios panic. We have to demand human artistry. We have to support the junior artists, the rotopaint artists, illustrators, animators, 3D modelers, compositors, FX artists, and many more people that are passionate about their work and about cinema. And if we accept the slop, if we accept the shrimp Jesus version of cinema, we are going to lose the very thing that makes movie magic in the first place, the human soul.